Today, actually, we are debating the Israel-Palestinian war situation. Honorable Chairman, there is also another war, which is the Ukraine-Russian war. We have also, in this world today, are seeing trade wars or cold wars, in other words, especially between the United States and China as well. Trade sanctions are also being implemented against certain countries that are having dealings with Middle Eastern countries. Honorable Chairman, the idea here is to press upon the government and the international community is to have an immediate ceasefire. Because the cost of human lives, whether it's Israeli or Middle Eastern or Palestinian, it's great. So we can't allow this war to continue in this manner. So the idea here is for the international community to get together and ask for an immediate ceasefire agreement. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, a short while ago, this morning, released a statement, and I wish to quote a little from it. The Security Council just approved a long-awaited resolution on Gaza, demanding an immediate ceasefire and the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages. This resolution must be implemented. Failure would be unforgivable. As I was saying, Honorable Chairman, there are tens and thousands of internally displaced people, IDPs. There are over 6 billion Palestinians who are refugees in other countries. What they are saying today is an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Honorable Chairman, this is not going to do in today's world peace situation, because as the great Mahatma Gandhi said, live as if, and I quote, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. Honorable Chairman, Guru Sabhapatimani, දැන් අපි කතා කරන අවස්ථාවේදී ඊශ්‍රායලය රජය ලෑස්ති වෙනවා රාෆා කියන ප්‍රදේශයට ගමන් කරන්න. They are planning on further escalation of the war in Rafah. Over 1.3 million people are living in that area. President Biden of the United States says that he won't support any further improvements into areas such as Rafah and won't support it with the US weapons. However, Honorable Chairman, we are seeing, as I said, a further escalation of hostilities, further loss of human lives, and we really can't allow this to go on. If we need to have peace, I think the international community has to band together and have a ceasefire agreements in place, not just in Israel and Palestine, but also the escalating situation in the Ukraine-Russian area. I also wish to bring to this Parliament's notice that Sri Lankan Airlines, I heard the Honourable Minister mention this, Sri Lankan Airlines is going to have an agreement with Mayantha of Iran. There is a ban or sanctions on all Iranian companies and even airlines such as Mayantha. So if Sri Lankan Airlines goes into any agreement with Mayantha, then Sri Lankan Airlines will be faced with sanctions from the United States of America. All over the world, Honorable Chairman, in universities and in major cities, people are protesting. People are demanding for a ceasefire, immediate ceasefire to commence so that aid that has been given by countries and the United Nations can go into that area. We also need to know actual cost of the war and the actual human casualties that have taken place. So unless you have a ceasefire agreement, unless the governments of the world, including Sri Lanka, call upon the United Nations and other countries to have immediate ceasefire agreement, this war will not end. More human lives will be lost. Honorable Chairman, we cannot allow this to go on. All over the world, people are talking about entering into a peace, era of peace and reconciliation. So Sri Lanka also must get into this. We must support that peace initiative. And I think as a country goes, we as Sri Lanka has also gone through a 30-year-old war. Our people have also suffered and knows the painfulness of a war. And I urge this Parliament and the government to call upon the United Nations to have an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East. Thank you.
We lead the web news.